What's going on, everybody? FJC here, back with another finals video, and today what I got for you guys is a video talking about the new game mode and what we can expect for update 2.6. So if you guys were not aware, the day I'm recording this commentary, the finals released a trailer for their new game mode that's coming in patch 2.6. I'm gonna throw up the trailer right now on screen for you guys, but I'm also gonna leave the link in the description in case you want to check it out for yourselves.
Go to Terminal A. On your tail. Charge is set.
So one thing that I do want to say is Embark really knows how to make a trailer. This definitely got me hyped and wanting to play the finals again. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, some of the clips that you're seeing in this video are old because I rarely have been playing the finals. I've been playing a lot of PUBG and Rainbow Six and just other games in general recently. And when I came back to the finals, it made me really realize how many issues are still in this game. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. But I want to talk about the rules for this new game mode, which is no heals and no lives. I 100% agree with no heals in this game mode, as it's supposed to be similar to Search and Destroy, and having a healing gun in a game mode like Search and Destroy where you are limited to one life kind of ruins the suspense of you dying. The whole point of Search and Destroy is that there's always a risk that you can die without being able to come back, and the fact that they didn't include the healing gun is very good for this game mode, as it would ruin the whole game mode's purpose. On top of that, it's going to be a total of 7 rounds, so I'm going to assume it's the first to 4 wins. In the finals attack and defend mode, the bomb for this game is going to be called the decryption key. The attackers then take the decryption key to the computer terminal, which it's the defender's job to defend it. And unlike other games that have a search and destroy or attack and defend game mode like this, I believe there's only going to be one bomb site or computer terminal, and I'm guessing that it's going to have multiple spawn locations depending on the map. But in the trailer that they showed us, they only showed gameplay on Horizon, so I believe that this is going to launch only for Horizon at first, and then they'll move this game mode onto the other maps as well. So me personally, I'm kind of excited to see this game mode in the finals, more so just to see how it plays, because in every other game mode of the finals, you have multiple lives. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how people play when they only are limited to one life, and especially without a healing beam, I know people are going to be more reserved in how they take their fights and in taking fights in general. What I am worried about though is that the heavy class is heavily going to dominate this game mode because of the mesh and dome shields. Granted, those are allowed in this game mode, and in my personal opinion, I do believe that this game mode should have a roll lock. I said this a bunch, but I do think the competitive scene for the final should be roll locked, as well as this game mode, because of how unbalanced it can become. If there's no roll lock or limit to what classes people can play in this game mode, you're gonna end up seeing 5 heavies on the defense team because of all the deployable covers that you can put down, mesh shields, and dome shields. And while I do think Embark thought ahead on this, you can never be too sure until you see it in front of your face, so we'll just have to wait until May the 2nd to see what the game mode is like. Now I want to move on to my next point, which kind of revolves around this game mode and the next patch 2.6, which should be releasing the same day that this game mode drops. As a previous hardcore competitive player on this game, I can firmly say now that it's very clear that Embark has shifted their importance to all the casual players. Based on previous patch notes, I have videos on my channels if you guys want to go check those out, but I'm also going to post a link in the description to see all the patch notes for the finals. It seems like Embark is heavily focused on nerfing the light class. This season, the light class has definitely been more viable, but with these upcoming changes in 2.6, it's gonna feel like the light class shouldn't even be a part of the game, in my opinion. And to this day, I still do not understand why the damage on the F-car hasn't been reduced or other weapons been increased so that they can be a more level playing field when it comes to medium assault rifles. Don't get me wrong, new content for the game is great and all, and it's gonna attract more and more players to the game, hopefully, but I've I've been following and playing the finals since pre-release. During the betas, the F-car still reigned supreme, and when the game came out, the F-car was at an all-time high of being overpowered. And now that we're 4 months, almost 5 months into the game, and the meta hasn't even changed, is half the reason why people are leaving this game. When it comes to the low-level ranked, I've heard that people can get away using non-meta setups, but the second you get into low gold or high plat lobbies, you do have to run the meta or you're going to be in an extreme disadvantage. I do have a really strong opinion on this because I heavily grinded the game during season 1 and the beginning of season 2, but after continuous changes to all these classes and weapons, when the F-car, Lewis gun, M60, dome shield, heal gun, and mesh are still the priority for playing this game, it definitely makes me a little weary towards this game mode because I know if there isn't Q or roll locks, you're definitely going to run into sweaty teams. And when we take into account the amount of people who have stopped streaming and making content for the game, including myself somewhat, and pretty much everyone I've asked who has stopped playing the game has told me one of 2 reasons. The first one being the meta not changing at all. The game feels super repetitive and stale because of this. And the second one being the amount of cheaters that are in ranked play. Now, I haven't sat down and spent a whole day grinding on ranked in a couple of weeks, but the amount of people who are constantly coming into my chat to let me know the amount of cheaters they run into the game on a daily basis is absurd. And I've even had people reach out to me, which I've mentioned in a previous video, but their friends have actually been cheating on the game and bragging to them, and they sent me the screenshots of the messages showing that they only got a 3-day temporary ban for cheating. What I'm basically getting at is, in my opinion, Embark is focused on the wrong task at hand, and the amount of players leaving the game doesn't surprise me at all, and I don't blame them for it, as I am partly one of those players. I really hope with patch 2.6 it completely changes the meta and the amount of cheaters that we see in the game. And on top of that, I want to see a lot of marketing for this update, as it's going to be one of the biggest updates for this season. I want to end off the video by asking you guys what your thoughts and opinions are on the current state of the finals and how you feel going into patch 2.6. I personally do not have a lot of hope left for them to really fix this game and get people back into it, but I still do have love for the game, so I don't want to see it fail, but unfortunately with the direction it's headed right now, it's destined for failure. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are looking forward to the new game mode. Let me know your thoughts and opinions once again in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, much love.